body bags were horror lies.
Hello and welcome to Body Bags. My name is James and I'm your Sunday night reviewer. And this evening I wanted to bring you Maniac Cop, written by Larry Cohen and directed by William Lustig. So it's a pretty well-known movie. I must admit, out of the trilogy, this is actually my least favourite. Tends to be my particular preference of things. An easy one to kind of describe and say Lord of the Rings trilogy. The first one is much more the story and the build-up. The second one is more action. Third one is even bigger, more action, and then find out the finale. So this you could count as the story one. But yeah, within this instance, this has always been my least favourite. Now, it's not to say I don't like the movie. It's just, I don't know, for me, the pace is a little off at times. It's not a particularly long movie. It's like 85 minutes. It definitely feels, for me personally, a lot longer than 85 minutes. And I have much more fun with 2 and 3. But the review is this one. So we're actually following Tom Atkins at the start. He's a detective and he's on the case of, there's this woman that she's been murdered, and she's murdered by basically a New York cop. Very big, imposing kind of figure. And yeah, so there's these murders that start to appear, and kind of makes the link through the eyewitnesses as well that it's a New York cop. So it's like he's trying to figure out how to go about this. He's talking to the commissioner. The commissioner wants to take it all very quietly, hush hush. He's like, no, we need to go to the news about this. So yeah, he has different ideas. And so yeah, he goes to the news, and then straight away we have people panicking, people phoning in saying blah blah blah. I was wrongly accused, blah, blah, all these different things. And this woman, her car breaks down, so the police officer goes to help, and shot in the head. And that's just something with this movie. It's like you get some quite good. The practical effects are pretty good, like all the makeup effects, and I love the camera work in this movie. It's like really well thought out. It's like how like people walking through the streets and like the camera is panning around, and we've got some really interesting shots with this movie. But anyway, the story takes a bit of a twist. We suddenly we don't only have the focus of Tom Atkins, we have Bruce Campbell. He's having marital problems, and the wife catches him with what's her name? Mallory. I can't remember the actress's name, but the character's name is Mallory. So she's another police officer, the same as Bruce Campbell. And yeah, basically, she finds him in bed, goes off, and she gets grabbed and abducted and killed by this maniac cop. And you're starting to see there's a bit of a pattern with these murders, and it's like he's been quite clever, and he's actually trying to frame Bruce Campbell. He has, well, if we go back a little bit, so we have a bit of a flashback. So it's Robert Zarr, who's actually a maniac cop. The character's name of Cordell, and he was a well, what was the quote in the movie? Shoot first, ask questions later kind of cop. So he's ruffled a lot of feathers. He's well liked within the police force, but not within the hierarchy. And there's a lot of problematic, obviously, with shoot first, ask questions later. And he actually gets done for a crime, and he gets sent to Sing Sing. And it's pretty bad there, because most of the people in there, like, he had some help in putting him in there, if not directly. So it goes pretty wrong, and he basically gets knifed up and slashed and killed within the prison. So we have this supernatural element to this movie. He had a girlfriend at the time, and she's also on a police force. She works within the kind of the records, and Tom Atkins is piecing all these bits and pieces together. So yeah, it's pretty good how this is going along. Basically, Bruce Campbell is trying to hide like the fact that he has an alibi for like his wife's murder, and other bits and pieces have been going on. It's this character Mallory who is kind of basically having an affair with. He's trying to protect her, but he confides in Tom Atkins, and they're trying to figure out what's going on here. But so he's in the prison at one point, and they go in to ask him some more questions, and Mallory stays in the cell with him. Well, it's in an interrogation room. Tom Atkins goes to find some more information on Cordell, and Cordell's old girlfriend, the police officer, she's like super pissed because it's asked too many questions and it's kind of blown up. So the story, like, now people are going to know what's going on, that it's like Cordell is kind of like back doing these killings, and so she's super pissed. She's like, now he's going to kill me, sort of thing. Because we see earlier on in the movie, actually, Tom Atkins follows her to this kind of old disused pier that's actually going to be torn down, and she's there, and you see Cordell with her, and there's obviously that connection. And yeah, so basically he gets all pissed off, like Cordell is killing people in the prison. He kills his old girlfriend. Poor Tom Atkins gets thrown out of a window, but Bruce Campbell, he manages to escape, and they actually go to Sing Sing, because Tom Atkins, he had a meeting there, so they're trying to find out more information. And when they get there, they kind of dig down to like the head warden of the prison. Well, actually, he was on the what's the word? It's annoying. He was head of autopsy, and basically we find out that Cordell was alive. He's like pretty much brain dead, but he was alive, and the girlfriend came down and begged with him to release him into her, well, to be buried, kind of sort of thing. But yeah, we're not too quite sure of the supernatural thing on like how that kind of kicks in and stuff. But you know that there's some supernatural elements, because apparently he was like brain dead and all stuff like this. So yeah, that's all pretty interesting, and we're finding out the plan. So the plan basically is that Cordell is framing Bruce Campbell because he's found out all the records, like who's a good person to kind of pin all these things on. So it's kind of an elaborate scheme, so he can get to the mayor and the chief commissioner that basically these are the ones that put him in Sing Sing, basically, and he wants his revenge. So that's kind of what it's all about. Well, he manages to get his revenge on the commissioner, but he doesn't manage to get to the mayor. But so it's during the St. Patrick's Day celebrations. So they have all these policemen like going through all the streets, like all these celebrations and stuff like that, all these floats, and it's like 5,000 police. And so Mallory's trying to tell all this to the police commissioner. He doesn't believe her, so he's like gets her arrested. And Bruce Campbell is outside waiting. All these police officers see him, and they're like, "Oh, okay, that's him. We got to arrest this guy. He's a cop killer." And then they put him in this van, police van, and Cordell steals the van, and then it's a bit of a chase. And there's a bit of a fight. Mallory's chasing him with another police officer, and Cordell tries to escape, and he gets impaled on this big, like, kind of wooden fencing kind of thing or something. It's something at the pier, because his pier is really old and crappy, and he just drives off into the water. And then all the police are there, and they're trying to like kind of find the body, and they pull the van out, and he's not in there, and right at the last shot you see this hand like on part of the pier coming out, and it's Cordell alive. But it's kind of what gets me. It's like, I don't know why suddenly they all believe the story. They didn't believe Bruce Campbell throughout the movie, and then suddenly for some reason they believe him at the end. No one actually sees Cordell. The police officer that sees Cordell actually gets shot. So it's a bit flaky in places. It's like a little bit like that. But I mean, for what it is, I think Larry Cohen and like William Lustig kind of, should have checked the budget on this, but it feels quite a big movie. It's like when you think about it, it's a bit silly, especially the title, like Maniac Cop. It's like, that's going to be one of these just super generic slashes, but there's actually quite a good story in this. And there's some quite, like I said, the cinematographer is really good in this. There's some cool like set pieces, like all these bits going on, and it's interesting, but I don't know what it is. But for me, for only 85 minutes, it just goes a little bit slow. I don't think it's slow all the way through, but there's just periods where the pace slows right down, and it's like, I mean, you're not going to cut an 85-minute movie, but I don't know, I can never really pinpoint what it is. It's like the other two fly by, like 2 and 3. The pacing on those, it's so much fun. I don't know if it's like lacking if you kill, because all the kills kind of come at the start sort of thing, so maybe it's lacking the kills, and it's like, they're pretty good, some of the kills, like how it all comes around. Especially like the innocent cop one, how he gets like dispatched by this like scared woman. But yeah, all in all, it is a really good movie. I think many people have seen this. But if you haven't, I mean, I highly recommend checking this out. I think Arrow put this out quite a long time ago now, 2017. There we go. So yeah, it's like 6 years ago, 6-7 years ago. This has been bouncing around. So no doubt at some point a 4K is going to come out. It'd be really nice to see a box set, but it's yeah, I mean, Arrow have the rights for this one, and it's Blue Underground, the releases I have for 2 and 3, so we're not going to get a unified box set of the 3. But anyway, it's a cool movie, definitely check it out. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll catch you next week. Thank you, bye bye.